speaking of wrestling, we're going to talk about wrestling trading cards. And wrestling trading cards, I feel like has had I don't want to say rebirth, but there's been more of a hype with wrestling cards specifically since Topps, which is kind of a funny name, Topps, which has been around. Where's the bottoms? Which has been around for like since the 1930s or 40s, where they were doing baseball cards, and they were basically selling like gum, and you'd have a baseball card, that came with it, and they've been around since World War II, expanded into other sports, and they also got into pro wrestling cards. They've had a long partnership with WWE, and then WWE basically had different partners, including Panini, which is also a funny name. Like, here's a sandwich, here's a position. But
What's
yeah,
going on in this world?
but yeah, like pro wrestling, I feel like trading cards have recently kind of gotten a bit of a resurgence, as in it's been popular, and there's been an audience for it for a while. I feel like in the United States it's gotten much hotter recently than it ever has been. And this is, I think, in part due to, yeah. Well, I mean, let's talk about like trading cards in general. Like, thank you for putting up the Pokemon cards, but the concept of a trading card and why it appeals to people in a certain way, I think, varies. So, like, for me as a kid growing up, Pokemon cards were massive in terms of popularity. And why do people like collecting cards? I think there's a bit of that itch in your brain, that dopamine hit that you get. It's kind of probably the same thing that you get
Ooh, we
when
better
you
open that shit
gamble.
right now, boy.
It's the same thing you get when you gamble, right? And I think people were giving children, or adults were giving issues with Pokemon trading cards because they did feel like it was maybe a form of gambling for children in the 90s, because you are paying money for something that is randomized, and you are trying to get something good out of it. So it's like, putting dollars in a slot machine and you hope you get all sevens. You give the $6 to the guy at the JJ Peppers, and you hope your specific pack has a holographic Charizard or whatever. So trading cards, I think, scratch a certain itch with like the surprise, like the peekaboo surprise. Here's a special thing that comes out of the packet, and then you get something cool out of it. I know as a kid, I liked collecting them because they look cool. I didn't necessarily know how to play the game, and that's another aspect of certain trading card games like Magic, Digimon, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, which also had a big resurgence.
One
Those
Piece.
specifically, One
Yeah.
Piece, yeah, thank you. One Piece. I mean, Star Wars. I mean, there's been so many different brands who
Marvel.
collect cards, and there's an audience for every single one of those. And they also have very expensive cards in all of these uh, brands. And for WWE recently, I think a lot of the appeal, and this might be partially after Fanatics, I think, purchased Topps, and they did it for their baseball cards, and they're doing it for the WWE cards, where they're basically doing for the new Topps Chrome something. They are including these debut patches that appear on various parts of wrestlers' attire, and then they take that off the person's attire, and then they attach it to a trading card, and you can potentially, in your pack or box that you get one of these. Also autographs. They were been signing thousands of autographs that also appear in that. I think there's a certain appeal to that as well. But I mean, trading cards, I feel like, have been very integral. I feel like for a lot of our childhoods. Do you guys? What was like the first trading card game that got you guys into or have you guys ever gotten into trading cards? I guess, David, like when did you first start getting interested in collecting cards?
First grade Pokemon. My aunt is 7 years older than me, so she had a lot of classmates that had Pokemon cards when I was just watching the cartoon.
Yeah, that's where the gambling addiction starts.
Yep.
They got you with the Pokemon cards.
And then, like, when I was 12, my basement flooded and I lost, like, a lot of, like, original cast of Pokemon, like, a lot of the 99 2000 drops. So
Yeah,
now
I
I'm
mean,
just
and I
filling
mean,
that
like,
void.
yeah, I mean, like we parents would say, like, why are you collecting these things? Like, this is never gonna do anything. And now you have a bunch of cards that you could probably get for, a small house down payment.
Oh, dude.
If
Oh
you
yeah,
saved your
yeah.
cards,
You can buy a car with
If
that
my
shit.
if my cards survive,
Damn.
like,
ooh,
yeah, like, if my cards survived, I would be I mean, I'm not terrible, but I'd be a lot better off. Like, I definitely had like a lot of like $300 to $500 cards that, like, my mom understood the concept of card collecting because my uncles collected baseball and basketball cards in the 80s. So, like, I got things that were like sleeved and in top loaders and all that, but they couldn't be protected from water.
and for them, and I don't know if you've had a conversation with them, but like for them collecting like baseball cards or basketball cards, what drew them to collecting the cards? Is it the same reasons that I bring up, or did they have a different reason for collecting those cards?
I think it was just such a thing in the 80s in general that it was kind of cool. And then, like, I mean, if you think about it, like, that was like peak baseball popularity. You know, Michael Jordan was coming into his own in basketball, so that's like there's peak basketball popularity. Back then there was two sport athletes like Bo Jackson and Deion Sanders. So that also, like, contributed to just like the overall coolness factor of everything. Everybody was getting shoes, things like that. I think for me, like, I was just trying to catch up to Ash.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
I was
trying to
just
catch them all too.
yeah, like that's really it. Like, when I used to go after Pokemon cards and all that, it was just really like I wanted to have what I had in the game or what I seen on TV.
To that point, I just want to add that I think there's something to sharing that like excitement and passion
Right.
that a lot of kids our age or whatever, like the baseball stuff, all that kind of stuff, like a group of people sharing excitement for a very specific thing that, like in this case, adding a card factor to it is just like this like exciting, like Martian said, like kind of like a dopamine hit when you open a pack and you get it and it's just exciting and you can share
Oh,
that
yeah.
experience with some kids and they get jealous or whatever
Right.
and they're like, oh, I gotta go and get a pack too, or it's just this entire just web of just like good feelings or something. That I think that's partially why people like doing that.
I used to get packs for being a good boy.
Yeah.
There you
Like,
go.
I feel
whether it
like
be
we
like
got
school.
yeah, I feel like we got packs just because yeah, my dad would get like scratch tickets
Follow
at
them
the JJ
too.
Peppers on Central
Addison.
and Addison.
He's like, I'm
I think
finna
it
hit,
was.
you finna hit, kids.
Yeah, he's like, all right, I'm gonna get a scratch ticket. You get your Pokemon cards because I do remember they had like the gym leader series where it was like Blaine and Misty and all that, and then it was on the J Peppers. I think it was like where like the counter was, and they just had like a little
Yeah.
rotating
Yep.
thing for
Trying to buy a
cards.
pack of cigarettes or you trying to buy a pack of cards?
Yeah, well,
Much.
exactly. That's how you groom
Like,
your children for
like
for
I
different adult activities. I feel like, but I think there's this primal urge to collect shiny things or something cool, and then you
right.
can show it off and share it with your other tribe members, and it's goes through every single like cool or popular genre or topic, you know, like anime, games, sports, and I think the concept of collecting, there's just something to it. You know, I think looking back on it, you'll get nostalgia. It could be your, you know, 401k if you know how to grade your cards. It is a opportunity to be competitive because you could use them, not necessarily maybe baseball cards, but you know, Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic, etc., to go into tournaments. So not only collecting them because they look cool, but there's actually a strategic advantage to what cards you get and put them together and, you know, kick other people's asses in a community, which I think is really cool. So we can go back to let's rope us back into the main story, which is, I feel like, the rebirth of wrestling trading cards. So Topps regained the license this past year, and basically it's returned in a major way. And the Topps staff and the company is now under the new parent company, Fanatics. So the comeback with Topps is marked by fresh concepts and fan-focused features like the debut patch that I mentioned and WrestleMania patch cards. So there's physical memorabilia that are worn by the superstars during milestone moments like WrestleMania or their first main roster match. And then these one-of-a-kind cards are authenticated and then often autographed. Topps is also emphasizing storyline through its products. So it's aiming to track a wrestler's journey from debut to main events across multiple cards. Highlights can potentially include things like the first Rock Austin dual autograph card and the inclusion of inscriptions and relics that have never been seen before. And then the new collection is Chrome instead of using their flagship paper product. And the debut 2025 WWE Chrome basically sold out in like 5 minutes.
I can't get that shit.
And a Topps Now card featuring The Rock, John Cena, Travis Scott had also record-breaking sales, which kind of shows a lot of enthusiasm for the current product and talking about how much more popular it's gotten. So yeah, I wanted to. I didn't have Topps, but I did get a Chronicles box from a local GameStop.
Oh, hell yeah!
I couldn't find the Topps Chrome cards, but I feel like these are just as valuable and cool.
We coming for you. Nah.
So I did want to open one pack on this specific episode, but then I will open the remaining 5 on my own. I might just do like that 10-minute shoot segment and then just open them there. But you can see here, and maybe I should take off my
no, you're good.
background, but you can see that that's what the pack looks like. And if you're into ASMR, here's a little bit of a crinkle for you. You have Bobby Lashley on the cover, who is no longer in WWE.
He now hurts people.
Bianca Belair and Drew McIntyre. So I'm gonna, yeah, you like that ASMR, folks?
Let's get that Solo Sikoa numbered, man. 1 of 10. Come on, baby.
He just rips the
Come on, baby. Solo. Solo.
So
I love you.
You guys ever do that?
What do I got?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. I got Cameron Grimes.
Hell yeah.
I got a Cameron Grimes.
That's the one.
NXT 2.0.
He was just at Logan Square Auditorium not too long ago. He's not in the company anymore.
Yep. Oh, and maybe it's rare because he's no longer relevant, I guess.
Ocean of obscurity.
Yeah, the ocean of obscurity. Number
dude, we're gonna ask him for a signature when we see him at LSA.
Island of Relevancy.
Oh shit! I got a Tiffany Stratton Rookies and Stars card.
Oh man,
is
that's
it colored?
$500 right
fuck,
there,
dude! Is it a parallel? It's Tiffy time.
Nice. This is basically before she got big. This is her Rookies and Stars card, so that's pretty cool.
Y'all let me come over real quick.
I thought you were gonna say that was before her Orlando doctor visit.
And then this is the back of it, NXT 2.0.
I'm about to have to censor
I mean, that's
this
got to be
one.
rare though, for that fact alone,
shoot.
David.
Look at this. I got this is a prestige card. I got a Razor Ramon.
Hell yeah!
Razor Ramon, baby. This is a WWE Legend card.
The
Prestige
Razor.
2022. And then we got a Chronicles card with Vader, and not the traditional Vader, but the Vader where he looks like he's from
It's
Alien.
Vader time.
It's from
Yeah, that
Guar.
looks pretty cool. Another WWE Legends card, Chronicles edition.
That's sick.
Ooh, I got a Elite Edge card. So this is when he.
Orange.
Nice.
Speaking of Adam Copeland, I got an Edge card, an Elite Edge card here.
Give me that shit.
Nice. Look at that shininess. Hold on, give me a sec. And I got a Brock Lesnar Chronicles card over here. Here, I think he is about to F5 Austin Theory, it looks like. So that's a pretty cool card over here. And then a Chad Gable
Thank
Monday
you.
Night Raw card. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, these cards are actually honestly pretty sick. And this is the Panini brand that was with them right up until this year. And I think they did a pretty awesome job. Honestly, these are pretty damn cool. I'm excited to
One more
look
pack.
into these. No.
One more pack.
All right, final do one more pack.
Oh,
Don't pick,
what
don't
the
pick
audience
the one at
wanted.
the top.
Huh? No, it's not the one at the top. It's in the all the way in the back. All right, I'm making sure I'm not.
Let me
gonna
see
whip
that
this
Brock
out.
card again.
Brock, you said?
Yeah.
This one.
I'm a
This one here. Are you trying to like grade it or something? Probably 25 cents. All right,
That's
so
at
I'll
least
open the
a
next
buck.
pack.
Keep the
say a
suspense for a
dollar?
second. What was that binder you got, Andres?
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is my personal collection of cards that I had like since I was like 6.
Yeah, what are they?
It's actually kind of like all over the place. I have like, I mean, because like when I was collecting, I was big into X-Men and comics, so I was doing it like that. You know, like I just wanted to get like my favorite characters and stuff. For some reason, I also got Toy Story as well. Now. I don't remember.
Hell yeah.
Yo,
So
Oh, that's awesome.
sitting on gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
dude,
it
you
might be
wanna-
something. Like I don't know. I haven't like ever like taken them anywhere or asked anything, but it's cool. Like no, I just anything that I was obsessed with, like TV show wise or game wise. If they had cards, I was buying them. Like same thing with my sports teams. Like I just wanted to get like my favorite players or get autographs or whatever. So I definitely had that itch as a kid when I was growing up, and you know. They were easy to get because like they're relatively cheap, so your parents probably wouldn't put up too much of a like, oh, that's too expensive kind of a fight, you know.
What do you need?
Yeah.
A couple packs, fine,
Yeah.
you know. But,
Shout out to
yeah,
the
no.
Pokemon Jungle or the Fossil Pack being cheaper than Jungle or Base set, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I got all
Oh,
the
yeah, that's right,
I got all
yeah.
the fossil sets, dude. I had Gengar, Aerodactyl, fuck.
Bring that
So-
binder
Alright, dude.
over next pay-per-view, Andres.
Okay.
I'd be curious to look at it.
Rate is
I want to open this because there's a
Box.
Gengar in there, but I don't want to not get that Gengar.
All right, let's see what I got in this other one. Oh, speaking of, well, I guess we didn't talk about wrestling people who got let go, but I just got a Cora Jade card.
Damn.
Cora Jade.
Nice.
We'll be seeing her soon.
rated rookie card. That's pretty cool. NXT 2.0. And then I got another Brock Lesnar card, but this one says season ticket, C2 row 21 section 80.
What?
I'm not sure. Is it like where they took this picture from?
We'll
'Cause
find out.
There's also there's also a barcode, a QR code on the side.
Maybe
wonder
that's
if
an
that leads
actual
to
ticket,
anything.
like fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, scan it. Shit, see what it is.
I'll do it after the show. I got your local Catholic school teacher, Greg Valentine,
Nice.
over
Oh,
That's
here.
the lunch lady.
Gym
Yes,
teacher.
your local lunch lady, number 100 WWE Legends card. Greg Valentine. Ooh, this is a cool one. See, I like that they also do like action shots, and they also make them very nice and holographic. Jake Roberts, certified.
That's
Hell yeah.
That's a nice one. Yeah.
That's a parallel, dude. That's good.
Parallel, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. 2022 certified card. Man, I just got another Greg Valentine card. Is this the same one? Yeah, I
Are
got
you
two
Greg
of these.
Valentine?
I got two of these mother effers.
damn. Give me
Man.
one.
I didn't realize I
No
could get
reason.
doubles, but I guess I could. WWE Chronicles British Bulldog. I got some good ones, I gotta say.
Davey. That's another from
Piece.
Davey to Davey.
Yeah,
From
right.
Davey to Davey.
That's cool.
Rip.
And catching the smoke. Got the smoke. I got a Montez Ford card here.
Who want the
From
smoke?
here.
Chicago, Illinois, Montez Ford. That's pretty sick. Yeah, these are neat. I'm gonna add these to my binder. But yeah, David, you also got some cards, didn't you? Didn't you get AEW Upper Decker cards?
Yeah.
Did you open them yet, or?
Yeah, hold on. I'll grab them.
Oh yeah.
They're not in order anymore.
So let me ask you guys this
But
while
fuck
we
it.
wait for those cards. How do you feel like memorabilia patches like the debut patch or WrestleMania patch? How do you feel like that kind of changes the fan experience when you add things like a memorabilia patch
I
or a
think
debut patch?
it makes it worse in the sense of like if you're trying to obtain that shit, like it's like instant, especially now. People probably got bots set up just to buy this crap.
Yeah, Walmart
Yeah,
just
probably
changed
did.
their whole card buying structure, or their whole online purchasing structure to
Like,
combat bots.
They have
Yeah.
to, I feel, because like people are just
Best
making it
Buy,
into
too.
like a career to just do this kind of stuff. And
All
anybody
right.
I mean,
who's
can't they theoretically just be like, all right, the only way you can do it is if you actually go into the store and pick it up instead of having it online? But I feel like that's
Yeah,
one way
that's
to
what
combat
Best Buy's
scalpers.
doing.
Well, actually, I have a question. So the patch, is it just like a patch that the wrestlers wore when they, like, for the in-ring for that
It's
WrestleMania
a-
night specifically, or are they selling like the patch separately too?
No,
it's a cutout of their wardrobe.
Yeah, it's a cutout of their wardrobe that so apparently it's just the one only, right? It's not like they had multiple on their ass or something.
Right.
Damn, that's
Some of
cool.
them had it on their boots.
Willy
Yeah.
Wonka golden ticket type shit.
All right.
So I feel like that specific like factor, I feel like that really kicked the popularity into high gear because you feel like you're gonna get something like you'll get cool cards, but then you're basically like you said, getting the golden ticket by getting these patches from wrestlers, things that will probably be worth a fortune. But then the other thing is like, how much are you spending to get that? To get that patch.
Oh man, yeah,
Is your return on investment going to be the same, or
Never.
hey, I spent $5,000, but at least I got a patch for Becky Lynch or something. I don't know.
Well, to
All right.
do we know
defend,
how much like they go for, or did we see anyone buy one or nothing, or?
I feel like I'm sure they've got stuff on there.
Okay.
They also I
I'm
think
sure
they
there-
do, and they also do autographs too. So that's another thing where in the new ones there's one autograph card, in the packs. So they're adding a lot of incentive to buy these, and like you said, it feels like you're buying Taylor Swift tickets if you're trying to do it online. Like you're gonna need a verification email. You have to get it in a queue or something. Like I feel like you're gonna have to change the way you do this stuff. But yeah. So do you see, like, in terms of like value, what do you feel like is more valuable? Do you feel like the autographed cards would be more valuable or those patches?
I think the patches.
Patch is 1 of 1 apparently.
Yeah, I agree.
So even the autograph cards are usually like either 10 or 100, somewhere in between those numbers.
That's true. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess it's just a matter of like how many are out there. If there's only one,
It's kind of like in the NFL, they put the Super Bowl logo on their jersey specifically for that moment only, for that one game. So I think it's kind of cool, actually.
Like Cena's Mania patch. Or anybody's Mania patch.
where did he put his Mania patch?
Somewhere
George?
stupid.
His
bald spot?
armband, his jeans.
But yeah,
he went to Turkey, man. He got his hair back in. He said, "You guys
because he got bullied.
made me." Yeah, you bullied him, Andres. You specifically bullied him into getting hair growth.
Hell yeah.
Those
Surgery.
cans spray just kind of like real quick, you know.
Mhm.
So
Some
let's see.
grease.
Here's my AEW cards.
You just opened it?
AEW's from Upper Deck. No, I opened them like earlier in the week.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna share the hits. They're 5 cards per pack, 4 cards per box. I got a parallel print, so a different color of one of the Matt Jackson.
That's dope.
And this is him at Revolution, so this is Sting's last match, so that's pretty cool.
Damn.
That's neat.
I got a This Is Awesome moment, and it's Timeless Tony Storm.
Ooh.
Damn.
I've seen Thanks to the Goons. This guy has some worth.
Nice.
I got a Straps, which is like championship pictures and stuff of Saraya. So that's cool because she's gone.
Yeah,
See, those
that's cool.
layouts look nice. I like the way that they're designed.
And then I have one called AE Dub, which is like all the prospects and all the special is another like special print. I got Big Back and Jet, Powerhouse Hobbs, Team Taz, the Ops, whatever you want to.
Nice.
Got a Black Diamond parallel of Chris Statlander.
Ooh,
Chris
that's
Statlander's cool.
Nice.
Shout
Like
out
the
to
design.
Stat.
I got another in-action picture, this one of Queen Aminata. And this was in a boost, or the blaster pack. So this is
What's in the background?
that's
Is that like
it's confetti? Yeah, it's confetti print, which is special to the blaster boxes. And then
nice.
I got a Willie Goat, also in exclusive confetti.
Damn.
And then for like regular prints, let's see. I pulled Mercedes.
Damn, you didn't get a Mercedes?
Ricky Saints, which I
like how the names are like the X-Men 97 TV intro thing where they just like they have those giant texts.
and then I got a bunch of people that, no offense, don't really care for. AR Fox,
He's alright.
Trish Adora. I have yet to see one of your matches. I hope I do soon. Lexi Nair, keep up the good work. Anna J, like her new stuff with Harley Cameron. Excited. And Stardom. Red Velvet, I hope you do something since they put you on Ring of Honor since Jade Cargill left.
Yeah.
Toa Leona, there's a place called the Bloodline waiting for you. Commander, Viva Mexico.
Hey.
Wardlow,
Hey.
where you at, bro?
Wide load.
Missing.
Wardlow. Brian Cage.
Oh shit, King.
Those look nice.
Wheeler Yuta
Oh shit, he don't got the goofy haircut.
and the boot. Sure.
Oh,
That was,
nice.
I thought that was Goldberg. That looks
Hell
nice.
yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah, it was pretty legit.
So what do you guys think in terms of like the gimmicks for the cards that Topps is currently doing? Do you feel like is there a do you think there's a limit to that? Do you think they can overdo it with new innovations? What do you guys think? Like, is there
I
a
think
limit?
they have a good rotation because like their baseball cards are pretty like well thought out.
Yeah.
Like by us, I know people like camp out for their baseball card restocks and stuff.
Wow.
That's true. Do you feel like these cards, and I don't think this is going to be true, but do you feel like they will be oversaturated in the market? Like, do you think they'll grow in value, or do you think they'll be oversaturated and then basically worthless? And I guess like for the patches, I mean that kind of speaks for itself. For you'll never be oversaturated because if it is one of one, then it's hard to be oversaturated. But I guess like all these other cards, do you think there's a fear of oversaturation with these cards?
I don't think so because of like the
Yeah, I don't think so
serial
either.
numbered ones. Because like there's a lot of like parallels, which is like the difference in these are all numbered.
Which I think helps.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, with that,
So-
how launching
yeah.
album. Oh, sorry. I think you're getting out. But I mean, it's that thing. Granted, they before. I mean, I think the top record good opportunity to jump in this because there's so it's smart. I mean, and actually, the idea of the pack is really good. The autograph should have Stone Rockford. It's actually
Everybody's breaking up.
be overrated. I don't. It's gonna popular lower time.
Am I cutting out, or are you guys cutting out?
Everybody was for
Sounds
me.
like freezing.
Yeah, that was the
Oh.
Discord issue.
Weird. Now
Talking to
Okay.
myself.
We heard you, but it might have been chopped up, which might have to be edited out. Well, Andres, if you want to reiterate what you just said, because I think it's cut out for everybody, right?
Well, I was thinking. Okay,
What?
so who is Topps, right? That jumped into it, or it was the parent company or whatever.
They
I
did a
think
new
them.
Fanatics bought Topps.
Oh,
And
okay.
basically
Fanatics,
now
yeah,
he has the
Fanatics is basically Mitchell and Ness. Fanatics is Ness. Are lids. So like
Okay.
they got a pretty strong hold on sports memorabilia.
Mhm.
Yeah, I remember. I bought stuff off of Fanatics actually. Like their website, they had like everything you could want for whatever team, really. But I think they recognized the opportunity of like joining with WWE to do this, and I think it was a great idea because WWE is pretty much like as hot as it's been in a long time. So doing like exclusive like autographs and the patches too, I think was ingenious, honestly. Hell, they could probably do it for every pay per view. Just have like a patch of the actual like logo going forward. I mean,
Yeah.
so I
Whatever
don't think
the
it's
specific
I got-
Backlash logo is.
yeah. And
I got
don't know if it'll be like
baseball cards.
saturated, but if they keep
Yeah,
it like
jersey
limited
patches
as it's
and-
going, but it's selling, so that's crazy. I didn't even know it even sold out until you said so.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so sold out. It's annoying.
Yeah, it is like I went in like Sunday afternoon just to see, and there was already a kid just staring at the empty trading card section at Target. I was like, man, like I feel
Waiting
like
for
everyone's
shit
just
to reappear.
yeah, like it's just everyone's always on edge. It feels like if you go in those things, but I guess it's a reflection of. I do think it is a reflection of like the popularity of WWE as a brand, so getting these specific cards is popular now. I mean, it's like Beanie Babies, right? Like Beanie Babies
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
were very popular in the 90s, and they kind of
And you remember what killed them?
was it the
Pokemon.
Oh, Pokemon cards. Yeah, you're right.
Pokemon killed them.
Yeah. But I mean, like, do you guys remember like the Beanie Babies and all that kind of stuff? I mean, like people were going wild over those things, getting all
There's
these
a
different
resurgence
variations.
though
Of
of
Beanie
not
Babies?
not Beanie Babies. What's that thing that people are buying now? It's got like the
Labubu.
Funko Pops?
that's it. That thing. What's
What
it
is
called?
But here's
again?
the thing. Labubu, they look
Labubu.
like animals from the Wild Things, where the Wild Things are.
Yep.
Pop Mart just opened in just about every fucking mall, and all of a sudden Labubus are special. So it's just like marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it
I don't think
works.
I've seen this, right?
I went to the Pop Mart in Rosemont the other day, and the only Labubu they had left was one that was $329.
329.
329?
Yeah, it was a pretty big figure.
That's
That was
crazy.
big.
Yeah.
How big
But
is
they-
the figure?
Probably
That's like a
like
Switch.
18. Probably like 18, dude. It was like this fucking like
Oh,
fucking.
damn.
I gotta
Yeah.
see
They
what
were
these
like
look like. 'cause
keychains.
I've
It was
heard
like
that term.
it was as big as a PS5, like in terms of height.
The original PS5 or the slim one?
The original, like
It's a
Wait,
a
is
giant
it
air
Korean?
filter.
Where is this coming from? This
I want to say Japan, because like I mean I don't know, but like the rest of the figures there and like everything else like gave off a lot of like Kid Robot, fucking like type of vibes, Kid Robot and all.
Oh, these are
Robot
cute. Oh, these are cute. This is actually from Hong Kong.
oh.
Created by
Oh,
Hong Kong designer.
I'm a
Custom
racist.
Wong.
Just kidding.
Hong Kong born artist. Hong Kong born artist raised in the Netherlands.
Well, what the fuck? How did you
That's wild.
had some hot brownies?
So
Drawing shit from where the Wild Things are.
So I get created the story.
That's what that looks like to me.
Nordic folklore,
AKA the where the Wild Things are.
Oh.
So I guess they gained widespread attention in April 2024 after Blackpink's Lisa was spotted with it, and then there was a keychain on her bag, and then
So you can thank
quickly
K-pop.
quickly gained popularity in like Thailand, and then like you I mean you were right, David. Other parts of Southeast and East Asia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
my sister collects them since before they were cool.
before
But she loves
2024.
like K-pop and all that, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and like you said, Pop Mart is the Chinese toy company.
Damn, I was all wrong.
But I guess that's like a new version of the Beanie Babies. I mean, I feel like there's always some kind of collectible thing or popular thing that people just it takes people by storm. I mean, it also like the Beanie Babies thing like was taking over the kids like moms and dads too because they also thought it was like a retirement thing. But with the WWE and the AEW trading cards, what do you think can gravitate you towards the trading cards? Do you feel like the way that they're currently designed and you know their lineup and stuff? Do you feel like do you like that? And is there anything else that you'd add to these trading cards to separate them from other?
Both
Trading
companies have autographs, so it's like you can't really ask for much more other than like the Mania patches and things like that.
How about like a blood splatter on one of them? Like here's
No thanks.
a little a little heavy.
Hangman.
No thanks.
I mean, maybe if they took like pieces of the ring,
Yeah,
like from the pay-per-view.
I don't want to contract HIV.
Yeah, like my Hogan ring patch that I have somewhere from my WWE 2K. I don't know which 2K it was. I think it was like 2K. 14.
Now with HIV.
16,
Yeah,
15,
maybe
14.
not. Yeah, I think maybe it's 2K15 or 14. But Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be cool having pieces of the ring of a specific event that maybe that specific shot of the wrestler was in. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I like the
Um,
in-action portraits that like come
Yeah.
from like certain pay-per-views and PLEs.
Yeah, those look nice.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and get. Honestly, I'll probably try and get more of these packs, at least because they're available at GameStop.
But let's go.
And because there's some value to them.
Stop by the
But I
Britain.
also think they look cool to collect. I think they look neat. I just wish the top chrome ones were available and not cost like $700 on Amazon, probably from a scalper and a reseller.
They took out all the good
Mhm.
cards.
They just
Yeah,
left all the
exactly.
lame ones repackaged.
and then yeah, repackaged it, put a fake laminate over it.
Just use the heat sealer.
It's just a box of air for $700.
Greatest scam.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that is a wrap for this episode of the Chi-Town Shoot podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, rate us, and leave your feedback. Tune in next time for more wrestling madness. Until then, keep marking out.